Hey everybody, it's Lisa Lampanelli. Welcome back to Losers with a Dream. This week we talk about the concept of regret. We all have regrets. Some people say they don't think it's healthy. I happen to think it's very healthy. If we don't have regrets, we don't know how the F to act moving forward. So listen up, make a list of everything you regret, and then forgive yourself, burn it, say you're sorry, and live better. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Listen, live, laugh, love. Losers with a Dream. Enjoy! Yeah! Hey, you all know what time it is. It's Lisa Lampanelli, and it's time for the Losers with a Dream featuring me and, two other guys, Nick and Bo. I mean, nobody cares. I mean, I'm the star. Are you kidding me? They do nothing without me. Losers with a Dream. You're listening, so who's the actual loser? Now sit back and enjoy Losers with the Dream. Or don't enjoy it. Or don't even sit down. Shut up, burn calories.
Hello, welcome to the Losers with a Dream podcast. We are losers.
We got some big dreams.
I like the way you come in quick now.
Yeah.
Bo comes in. Yeah, he comes.
Always come quick. From what I've heard, let's go to Comedy Basics 101. Setting them up and we're hitting them out of the park.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, real quick before we get started, guys.
No.
Actually, don't worry about it.
Follow us.
Go to
Instagram's good.
Yeah, go to iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review there. Go to Spotify, even though it was down the other day. I know.
Yeah, that was weird, right?
I got a little nervous. I was like, it's like you were. I logged me out. I was just listening to music, and then it logged me out.
Me too.
And I was like, Russia got all my information. That's it. Like, I thought my bank account was. I was like, oh no, I got hacked. Something. I was like, kind of panicking a little bit.
Well, what's weird is like you probably have so little money. Would it really matter? Like really, when you are poor, tell me, I can't.
No. It would matter.
Like how?
If I were wealthy like yourself, it probably wouldn't matter as much, right?
You're right.
You have more room.
The Russians took my money. Maybe I'll just, I don't know, live with a wealthy relative, possibly do a revival of Mice and Men and cast Bo as Lenny. Oh, it's a cute little bunny. I love the bunny. I squeeze it. I love it.
Instead of an actual bunny, it's those Peeps you get on Easter, and he just keeps eating them.
Did you ever do the Peeps contest, by the way, where you see how many you can shove in your mouth at once?
No, I did that with saltines.
12. Just saying.
No.
That's it.
Good.
That's
Are you
it.
kidding?
Well, they do squish real small. You did 12. Listen, don't.
That's impressive.
And that does not by the way, it doesn't even translate to anything sexual. Trust me.
No. I was just impressed by the number.
By the
of Peeps.
girthiness.
I think I'd get 5.
I
think I would get 5, then I'd be like nervous, like I'm gonna choke, and then I would spit them out.
That's because you.
I don't have a gag
are
reflex.
Pussy.
Okay,
Ooh. Okay, so follow you on Instagram.
Follow
at
us on
Nick
Instagram.
Scopes.
Follow me at Nick Scopes. You can follow him at Bo McDowell Comedy. You could follow her at Lisa Lampanelli. You could follow us on TikTok if you care at Losers with a Dream. And go subscribe to our Patreon.
That's right.
Because we need money.
We do.
You were so bold as to say that several times last week. And we're trying to uphold that we actually have something going on here, and you've shattered our...
No, we have something going on, but we need more of something going on.
I talked to a friend yesterday who told me that he does an only Patreon podcast. I'm like, what do you mean?
I thought you were going to say OnlyFans for a hot minute.
No,
I thought you
it's
were about
5
to.
guys, and none
Sounds
of them
like an OnlyFans.
none of them have much of a career going.
Right.
But they do some live stream once a week and make money from it. I'm
for
like,
them.
that's a thing?
Are they hot?
No.
Do they get nude?
No.
Should
Are they
we
funny?
get
What do they do?
nude?
No, I don't know, but I will investigate because
Let's
we'll
get
cancel
nude.
this whole goddamn thing and do a live stream if we're going to make some money. And by the
true.
way, by we, I mean you guys, because I would donate it.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I donate things.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Well, go to patreon.com/loserswithadream.
/suck my dick. Sorry.
That's another website.
And you can come see me live.
Wait, what?
You can see me in the flesh at Boston, Massachusetts.
When?
Is that why you're wearing that
April.
hat, dude? We
That's right.
get it,
That's
bro.
right, 'cause I gotta sell the tickets, okay? April 15th and 16th at Nick's Comedy Stop. Come out. It's gonna be 8 o'clock show both nights. Sell the tickets. Buy the tickets. Have
And by the way,
sell your
here's-
tickets.
Sell your tickets. Bo is what we call headlining.
It's a legit headline.
It is a headlining.
All right.
Just means he's giving head to the owner so we can get on
That is
stage.
absolutely true. I would hope to.
And I'll be hosting, I
Tickets at
believe, right, Bo?
nickscomedystop.com.
The club's named after
will
me.
not be there now.
I will be there.
Is
Yeah, I
Nick
am.
going to be doing the show with you?
yeah,
hosting.
he'll be hosting.
That is so exciting. Who's going to do that spot in the middle?
Probably some guy named Tommy O'Houlihan
Hey, Tommy
who
O'Callaghan.
will only do local humor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the socks. Yeah.
You ever get on the Mass Pike lately?
Yeah.
Fucking
Park
sucks.
the car. Fuck Harvard. I went to Springfield. Oops.
Let it go!
Oh, that's what I should do. When you said let it go, it reminded me
Frozen?
of Frozen.
Yes.
So maybe I should
What a
do
show.
theater.
What a-
Like I should sing, let it go, let it go. I think that is my calling.
Yes.
I quit.
Something's calling you.
I know.
we don't know what it is.
I think
but
we're having a mental breakdown.
That's true. I'm almost there.
It's all right. It's good. I think it's all healthy.
Bo
It's all
lost
good.
his wallet this week.
Wait, let us talk about mental health and meathead moments because I have a feeling losing one's wallet is folded into something that Bo felt mentally this week.
Yep.
Shall we do a mental health check-in,
Yes.
I'm gonna do a meathead moment.
Bo? First,
Yep, because
you're making
Nick-
a lot of mistakes lately because you had one last week too.
I know.
What'd you
I
do?
know.
What'd you
well,
do?
Nick really let everybody know, let the cat out of the bag
About what?
about me losing my wallet, and it has been probably one of the most frustrating experiences.
Dude, it's my night.
Losing your wallet is so annoying because you have to replace all the cards, and I got to get a new license now. And yeah, and I have no idea. Like you, literally, it's very mentally like taxing.
Sure.
Because you'll like go to bed and you'll be like, all right, I didn't find it today. And then you're like laying in bed and you're like, well, what about that place? And then you like get up
Yeah.
and you turn on the lights again.
It's haunting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like, I
God.
could not sleep for 2 days just going like, how do I know I can find it. And I can't. So my meathead moment is
Check your ass.
yeah, it was I just
Well,
was not-
here, let me ask you though. See, this is where I object. You know, no one hates you more than me.
Sure, yeah.
But I object to you calling that a meathead moment. I don't think you did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Now, I know you a little bit. I know you're not completely irresponsible. I do know you leave things behind sometimes. I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You've left a knapsack somewhere or a backpack or whatever you... A
trapper keeper.
A trapper keeper somewhere. I went and picked it up at the diner. What was going on with me that day? I was feeling nice.
That was when Lisa liked us.
Yeah, but why do you think you're so hard on yourself about a simple mistake?
I think it's past stuff. Like I've always lost things.
You have.
Yeah, and I have a very bad memory.
Yes.
But I don't have a bad long term. It's just short term. So I have a really bad like second to second memory.
So did you forget?
Well, I can put something down and then go, oh, I forgot I put it down or something like that. Like I just have like you know what I mean?
So did you remember you said on the podcast 10 minutes ago that you had lost your wallet? Is your memory that bad?
No, it's
like
not.
how bad is it? Like,
No, it's like there's just things that I miss. You know what I mean? Like
do you think it's for the former drug use because that does damage brain cells?
I think alcohol had a good amount to do with that. Definitely the ecstasy didn't help either.
Yes.
But
Helped at the time.
it was fun. It was nice.
Yes, but
Yeah. So I think it was a bit of that, and I don't really like. I it used to be way worse. You remember my memory when we were like first booking shows? Like I would book the show, and then we'd get to the place, and you go like, "Who's on the show?" And I go, "I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea."
I'd be like, do you have seats for these people coming? You'd be like, no. And they're like,
But I mean, you categorizing this as a bad thing, a meathead
No, it's
moment.
not. It's just
no.
what I
It's just it's almost like you're beating yourself up over something everybody's done. You know, like I had a car get broken into in the city years ago.
Yeah.
They stole everything out of the trunk except my jokes, which is a little insulting, but I let it go because that's the only thing that couldn't be replaced.
Right.
Then it happened again, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You keep parking in the East Village, and back then it was really awful,
Bad, yeah.
with a full trunk. With tennis rackets in it. Like, what do you think?
Tennis rackets?
Yeah, like, what do you think it's going to be?
Lisa.
And by the way, you're opening your trunk in public and putting something in, so someone's watching.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, now's my time to be like, okay, this is enough. Let's always go into the city with an empty trunk, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But, so we learn from it. So you probably will learn something from losing this wallet, because the pain of you fucking replacing those cards, that's the worst.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the license is really going to be the problem. But
When's the last time you saw it? I'm just curious, like, what happened?
I ordered a salad.
Where?
Not bragging.
Where?
Saturday at our show in West Hartford Saturday.
Yeah, you remember I got a salad. That was really good.
There's witnesses.
Yeah, you remember that?
It had
She
bacon
lose a lot
on
of
it.
things except weight.
That is
Pretty
true. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. So I got a salad, and
That was the last one we'll ever get now.
So your wallet. I think that's your
afford
signal.
anything
That's
else.
your sign. Never order a salad again.
that's true. I was eating my salad, and I was waiting to go up.
Yeah.
And I remember ordering it, and then like giving the guy like closing out my tab,
Right.
and then I went up and did comedy, and people screamed and were impressed.
And we're like, help us. He's like Lenny from Mice and Men. He's going to squeeze the bunny.
Both sat down. That was a good.
Wait, so the last time you saw your wallet was in West Hartford,
yeah,
which is
Yeah.
weird because West Hartford's like a nice area. So I
It
doubt
is.
it was stolen.
Yeah.
It was probably just you left it there. Did you call that club? I would hope.
I've
And
called
were
them
they
many
like,
times.
"Fuck you,
They've asked me
man."
to stop calling.
Oh my God. All right. So
Keeps ordering salads. They're like, we don't have any more. Man. You ate all of them.
you ate the last one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you had to go through this, but you know what they say.
Kill yourself.
I don't know. I got nothing. So forgive yourself. That's all that counts.
Yes, I do.
Did you drive into the city without a license today?
I brought my old license.
Oh, pull it out. Show Lisa.
Let me
Oh,
see.
it's over there.
Oh, okay,
over
I'm going to
there.
look at that.
Yeah, it's
at it.
fantastic.
terrible.
Great.
But he did also, now his gas light's on. So we got to deal with that when we have to leave.
You mean like you're on empty, basically?
Yeah, I'm on empty right now.
Well, you have a decent car, so it probably has 20 miles left on it.
Oh yeah, always.
I would get some gas if I were you.
I'm
Just
gonna
saying.
get gas when we're done. He's
He's anal. I know. He's an old Italian man.
Very annoying. Like if I
I get to a quarter tank of gas, and I'm like, oh God.
he looked at
Yeah,
looked
that's
at the
you.
gas and he was like, what are you doing? Like what's wrong with you? And I was like,
Can I tell you
Nothing.
what I think it is?
Nothing.
No,
I lost my
it is
wallet.
a thing, and I'll tell you what
What?
it is. I used to do it too. We always have to, whether subconsciously or not, have an element of danger.
it's so nice.
And it is your element of danger.
love it.
You don't even it's going to make you
You're a
insane.
dangerous boy.
Yeah, you like
007.
you're addicted
I-
to some kind of a high.
I love it when it hits that empty and you go, all right, let's see how.
Oh, there's like an
Dude,
episode of Seinfeld.
You're
That
not
episode-
going to like it when you run out of gas.
I told him, I go, I only run out of gas one time.
Yeah, he told me that, and I went,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but here's the
pretty
worst
impressive,
thing
dude.
about going down with the gas thing, and it's like at 8 miles and 7, and it's like 2 a.m, and you're super scared, so you call the state police. I literally called the state police once, and I was crying. I was like, I don't know where to find gas. Where is it? And he goes, what are you yelling for? You're the one who let it get so low. And I was like, yeah, that's why all cops are bad.
Yeah,
Oh
that's true.
boy.
But that's why it's like I hate that fucking state policeman.
right.
So, dude, try to get gas right after you leave here. There's one on Houston and Lafayette. Unless
Pretty
it's
close to
closed.
us.
I know, that's why I said it.
Okay.
As an expert. If not, go to Harlem and risk being around white people who have gentrified a lovely neighborhood. Our lovely black
get
producer,
some
Wolf,
pistachio
has
ice cream.
just seconded my opinion that white people are terrible and should not infiltrate Harlem. Am I correct, Wolf? Yes, he's nodding. Yes.
He's just like, I want to get to this music festival. Fuck these people, dude.
All right, Nick, what's your mental health?
Or meathead moment. We all have
I have
them.
a mental health. So my mental health lately, I've been, I know, I just can't wait to get ripped apart for this. I've been feeling chubby lately.
Really?
Yeah.
You look good.
I don't know. And I've just been in my own head about whatever. So my mental health check-in is I feel every time I try on clothes, I feel like the musical artist Genuine. Because I wonder if there's any more room in those jeans. You know what I'm saying?
That is a great reference.
And their hand is pretty high. I love that. Can we play it on the way home?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
I find it offensive that you
said that like
are,
a little boy.
I'm so excited.
First of all, I just talked about Harlem. I do not appreciate you appropriating black culture with your singing.
He's a phenomenal artist.
But I will say, and it's spelled, I always loved that he spelled it G-I-N, you wine.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, well
Enjoy it.
done,
I'll
well
let
done.
it pass. But Nick,
Yes.
I'm very saddened that you have body dysmorphia because that's basically
know.
what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Because you arguably look way better than even 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You
And it's fine.
don't see it in yourself. And this is the problem with body dysmorphia. If anybody's studied it, you know it's uncurable.
Oh, yeah.
Body dysmorphia is something that literally everyone could tell you you're great, and that mirror just shows the lie. So all you can do is bring it back to yourself and go, I'm in my head. Does it matter? Is my body? It literally, it is no judgment of worth. It's not a failure. It's not a success.
Yeah.
Your soul is fine, but you've gotta say this body is not what matters. Does that make sense?
Right.
And I
No.
know that's really hard at your age especially, but you'll see when you get to be 60, 70 years old, Jesus Christ, you can walk around.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
function. I mean, what I love is that Bo looks arguably worse than 3 months ago and thinks he looks fantastic. He has
Another
2 shirts
version
on.
of body dysmorphia.
It is, but it's almost like the better
I know, it's-
body.
it's really fun,
Which is
but-
the better body dysmorphia, by the
shirt?
way?
No.
The fit guy who thinks he's fat or the fat guy who thinks he looks fit? I always thought it's better to be the fatty who thinks they look better.
Yeah. No, trust me. I don't put I luckily don't put all my stock into it. It's just when I don't feel good is when it's bad. Like I don't feel
Emotionally good?
Yeah, like if I feel like my diet's out of whack or like I'm not doing enough, I don't feel good at all. I just feel like sad or it's not.
Has
Maybe you
your-
should get over it.
No, you can't.
No,
Have you been off in how you've been eating? Shut up.
This face is funny.
Has your
baby.
eating been bad? Is that why?
It's just been I've been lazy with like food shopping and work's been busy and comedy's been very busy, so I haven't. But I need to after this weekend. I just need to the shit just needs to be there because when it's not there, when the food's not
But
there,
I don't even think that's the
then
truth, though, because you're looking at yourself in the mirror and thinking you're fat. You're not.
What do you need
So
to do?
you have to do the internal work, the mental and emotional work versus the physical.
He's not going to do that.
Yes, he does. He goes to the shrink. Do you still go to the shrink or did you quit?
every week.
Okay, so maybe you bring up to her, say, look at me. I don't think I look good. And
She
let's
always tells
figure
me
this
she goes
out.
because she makes fun of me like you guys do for being too hard on myself all the time.
Well, I
She's
wasn't
like,
making fun.
No, but like
she
I'll be like, yeah, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, and she'll be like, yeah, I've done 100 steps today, and I was like, yeah, I'm only at 8,000. I got to get to 10 or else, and then she's like,
Bo obviously wants to be 500 to 600 pounds. That's his goal. He
I've never
told
been
us last
concerned
week.
with steps.
Except the
been.
12.
Or your wallet.
Except the 12 that counts. By the way, is there always is there that a joke in 12-step when they talk about the girl being the 13th step?
Yes, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's so insulting. Because it's funny though, but I used to say whenever I used to do comedy at these golf outings, I'd always point to some woman in the front row and say, "Oh, look at the 19th hole." So I think
oh, that's good, dude.
and one day after International Women's Day, do I regret saying that? Absolutely not. Just
So funny.
That is good.
I want to do a golf outing. Can I use that joke if I
To
ever
be
have
honest,
to do a
golf
golf?
outings are fucking fun because the
people are
guys are
rich
already
and ready to
drunk
party.
and they're always like professional athletes because it's like, they do that pro-am shit.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, this Lee Mazzilli, do you know this guy? He was a Met.
Yes, sure.
He always made me feel, because it was called the Lee Mazzilli Friars Club Comedy Pro-Am Golf thing.
Yeah.
He always brought his fucking kids.
Oh, no, I can't.
And I'm like, I gotta say cunt. Now I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I noticed when I was decluttering more a couple weeks ago, I found my keychain from the Lee Mazzilli Friars Club Comedy Pro-Am.
threw it
And I
out.
said, you know what? this makes me have a little twinge of sadness that I was judged and I put it in the Goodwill. Because if there's even one thing about it, why should we look at it and feel even a little twinge, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Lee Mazzilli. Is he dead? I don't
Probably.
know, but let's hope.
Plays for the Mets.
Yeah.
In the 80s, he's
Might
definitely
as well.
dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was one of those guys, right?
Oh, they partied like animals.
A lot of cocaine.
Daryl Strawberry, baby.
Pretty cool.
Speaking of cocaine, my meathead moment.
I slipped and I did
I
coke
actually
this
had
weekend.
a meatloaf moment.
Oh!
Because I went to karaoke
Yeah.
and I haven't been in years. And I said, let me go up and sing Meatloaf. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Amazing song. But you want to know what's wild, dude? Okay, you assess this for me. I have a pretty, unlike Nick, who has body dysmorphia, I have a pretty good idea of how I look. Like, I'm fine. I'm not going to fucking set the world on fire. I don't look 100% elderly, but I know I look 60, maybe 42. So, no, I'm fine.
That was so
I've
funny.
I've always dealt with my face. I'm like, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Like, you accept your face.
Yeah.
Because you can't do anything about it. And the women who do
Look terrible.
or men
Look like
usually,
cats.
well, sometimes end up looking worse. So it's like,
it's
just
not good.
accept your face.
Not
Yeah.
good.
Well, get this. I'm at this karaoke, and it's upstate New York, and we walk in, and it's this room of like 200 fucking white people. I am uncomfortable around all these white people. So I walk over, and I see in a little enclave, there is literally like 30 black people having some sort of a birthday party, you know, a reunion of some sort. There were balloons. And I said, oh my God, I'm sorry. Am I intruding on your family? And this really nice guy goes to me, shakes my hand. He goes, well, I guess you're part of the family now. So that makes you like really tear up.
Yeah.
I said, so you don't mind if me and my friends stand here? And they fully embraced us, which I said to myself, this is why I hate Whitey. Nobody in that fucking place with the White Devils liked us. Anyway. Okay, so I get up and I sing my Meatloaf song, and we're all applauding for each other and being really supportive. I love supporting artists. You guys know when I come see you guys, I'm all in. I'm clapping
Yeah,
and laughing.
absolutely.
Dude, I get off, and this one woman who we were with, Dee, I'll never forget, a beautiful black woman, probably about 55. She grabs me and she goes, they don't know who I was. She goes, you have such a spirit. She goes, I just want to be around you. I think you're amazing. I love you. I want to invite you to my wedding. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Like, it was so warm and nice.
And you're like $20K
Well, no.
for an
Well,
appearance
get
fee.
this though. Then a woman who looks probably about 75 comes over and she goes, you know, I work in helping the elderly, and you're the
God.
exact type of person I'd like to take care of.
Oh, my
wait.
God.
And I go,
What a
wait,
contrast.
but it was weird. But she meant it like a compliment. So I'm like, oh, okay. I go,
Wait,
oh.
isn't she older than you?
Well, yes.
So,
But I'm like, do I look 80? So I literally am never worried about my face. So I go outside and I go to my friend Cindy. I go, was that weird?
yeah.
And she goes, I think that was weird. And she goes, she didn't mean any harm, but like, how old's that bitch? And I go, 63, but she looked about 75.
Yeah.
And she goes, the woman's had a hard life. She looks older than she is. You know, she goes, what's it bringing up for you? And I go, I'm not going, hey, let me have plastic surgery. I'm not
No,
going, oh
no.
my God, do I look gross or whatever? But isn't it weird how when somebody says something, you have to go, well, that's whatever they're living in. And I just have to live in what I'm living in now and not pick on myself or whatever.
Yeah. You just got to let it go.
What do you think that was, though?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't have a good answer. That's just weird.
Or it could be just that she was like, maybe she just left out the, when you become an old cunt, I would like to take care of you.
it's like future old cunt.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but I think it could have, what I'm trying to say is, it could have turned into a meathead moment where I got down on myself and I was like, oh my God, let me call for Botox, let me do this, let me do that. And I was just like, or I could have gone to where, oh, I hate her now.
Yeah,
and
you
I was
could've-
like,
could've
you know
punched
what?
her right in the cunt.
You should have.
Well, she did let
Cunt
me
punt.
have her chair and let me sit down, which was the first sign.
She's like, you look old and tired.
Yeah,
Take
what
a seat.
is
You're like, what the
She's probably scared she's gonna drop dead in the next
You know,
few
that
years.
might be it. That might
She's like, you know
project.
what?
Saw how lively you are, and she probably.
And I
like,
was fucking jumping around that stage. I was like having so much fun.
Did anyone recognize you, or
I don't know.
You don't think so?
But the whole crowd was
Showing
like
him
having fun. I
your
fucking showed my Friars Club
Johnny
membership
Karate
card.
moves.
Yeah, I did my Johnny Lawrence move.
put
But
on
yeah,
your
so I
special.
think it's like just a lesson in me going, wow, not taking anything personally that could have been taken real personally. But also, it's something if you're insecure about it, then I think it hurts more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's something I don't really care about. But if she had said to me, for a girthy twat, come to Weight Watchers, then I'd be like, and you're a cunt and I hate myself and I have to starve myself. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Speaking of girthy, no.
speaking of girthy cunts, Bo,
I know.
listen, we got to take a break.
We do.
We went long, but the reason we went long, we had a lot going on.
Yep.
And I feel you guys in the next segment won't have much to offer, so might as well bite into some of that time.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, Nick, what are we going to come out back
Our
and talk
topic
about? What?
today, we are coming back and we're going to talk about regrets.
Oh,
Like I regret driving here with Bo.
yes. We'll be right back.
Just kidding. It's fun. Hello, welcome back to Losers with a Dream podcast. We are losers, man.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No.
No, dude, I'm a winner.
We're winners.
Number one. Boop. How does it
Number
feel?
one.
How does it feel to be sitting with the toast of Boston, Massachusetts?
The Texas toast. Because you're extra thick.
Dude, Texas toast is good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Or French toast, because you're a fucking quitter, dude.
Ooh, you know what happens when I eat French toast? I regret it.
Lisa
starting the
has left the studio. This is how we're going out. She was upset. So
Do you ever eat food and then you go, oh no, I shouldn't have done that.
all the time.
And then you throw
Every day.
And then you go and you throw it up.
No,
Come on.
that I do not do.
You've done it. You've done it once.
I've had to throw up because I was so sick.
Oh, okay. He's making excuses for
After my
himself.
bodybuilding show, I literally had to make myself puke twice because
Dude,
I went
we
nuts.
get it. You did bodybuilding. Stop
Oh
bringing
my
it up.
god! Look at you on
keeps
camera.
talking
Isn't
about it.
that sad? You're not even 30 yet, right? It's just
29.
gonna get worse and worse. Anyways, you're gonna regret in about 20 years when I'm on TRT. That's testosterone replacement
I
therapy.
really hope you do it.
And you're on GAY.
Oh.
Ooh, I'm kidding. All right, today, what just happened?
No, that's fun.
We are talking about. I'm having fun, dude.
Yeah.
We're talking about our regrets.
Yep.
So like,
Do you regret
for
anything?
us, it's like meeting each other. I regret meeting
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really it. Do I regret? I had to think about this one. There's like a handful of things I regret. Stupidly, one of the things I always regret, probably the most, is opportunities blown with like girls.
Yeah.
Not like saying I'm missing exes or anything like that.
Yeah, no, when you like farted and then they left.
Yeah, totally. That was it.
What?
That was good. Good joke, dude.
No, I'm saying like you probably farted. You're like, ew. And then-
Ew, stinky. No, but I remember specifically, there's this girl in high school. I had a girlfriend at the time. This girl, another girl I was friends with, beautiful girl, asked me to prom.
Oh, wow.
And I was trying to be a good boyfriend. And I said, oh, well, I can't. And like, she clearly wanted to hang out, and I just kept blowing it. And then now as adults, we're still friends, but it's just like, I think about it probably once a week. And I'm just
You
like,
just didn't close the deal? Yeah. So here's the thing. If you did close the deal,
what would it be? Yeah, what would
nothing.
change?
Nothing would be
Nothing would
different in
change.
your life.
Nothing.
You did-
Although,
It just would have been another girl unsatisfied.
Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't regret it. So let's move on.
I love her. Kate, if you're listening,
Kate's not listening.
she
hates
might
you.
be. No, we're
She's
friends.
disgusted by you. She calls me every night. Hey, Kate.
Does she, dude?
What's up, Kate?
For what? What should I order on
advice.
Grubhub? Is that what she asked you?
All right.
What do you
That
regret
is three
besides
too many fat jokes.
What do you regret besides, ages 12 to 23?
Yeah, that's a good decade that I regret. Yeah, I mean, I regret one of the big things that I regret because I always thought I was like a dumb person.
Still
So
are.
okay.
We both are. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, listen, I could have done really well in school. I believe.
So could I,
I believe I could have been. I could have gone to like a really, really fancy schmancy college, and been a little bit of a big shot. And instead, I did a lot of drugs, and I didn't go to class.
Yep.
And I definitely regret that. And I remember thinking to myself, like, will I regret this? And I was like, no. You like gun the car. You're like, no, dude, live fast. And like, I don't know. I definitely regret not like working hard at that age. You know what I mean? And then a part of me is like, I kind of like I had a lot of life experience though, but I definitely am like, yeah, I could have set myself up better to not be a comedian at 29.
That's
You know
true.
what
No, I mean, we joke, but like, no, I get it. You and I had similar GPAs in high school.
Yeah. What was yours again?
1, 2.
Oh, I had a 1.4.
But like you said, I've thought about it a million times because like all I had, because this was the thing about me, and this is probably the differences between like I didn't have behavioral issues. I was not like drinking or doing drugs in school.
You just
None of that shit. I just was
eating
like
diner food and not doing your work.
I was just like, I'm not gonna do my homework.
Yeah,
That's
dumb.
it. But all my teachers wanted to help
You
me.
didn't have fun.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you are clearly still
the early
paying.
bird
You're
special.
still paying for it, right? With your metabolism.
Right, yeah. No, it's the fifth one.
And
But
your
why don't we
looks.
Okay. All right. What is the difference between metabolism and looks? It's the same joke twice.
You're really weathered,
You could
dude.
grow up.
Weathered.
You need to grow up.
You should get that thing they put in catcher's mitts. That oil.
The oil?
Like lube you up, dude, because it's looking
My
rough.
face is not...
Lit, what is it called?
All right. Don't support...
She knows baseball. Her brother likes baseball.
Yeah, Lee Mazzilli. All right. The linseed oil. Yeah.
No, but regret. I mean, like, yeah, that's another thing too. Is these regrets like?
I regret smoking cigarettes.
Why is that?
Actually, I don't.
You like them?
I loved them. Dude, I want a cigarette so bad.
Do it.
So good.
Light up in the studio.
It's so good, dude. But you know what I regret? Not cigarette. I just regret getting into nicotine so young because now it's an addiction I'll have. It's so friggin' hard to quit nicotine.
What is it about? I know it's addicting, but like, what do you get? Is it?
It's not. I don't get anything. I just need it.
Interesting.
It's just a part of my life now.
It's not like
I need it. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not like you don't doing like ooh. You don't get like a high.
No, nothing happens. I feel better for a second.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why is that though?
Because I've been using nicotine for like almost
20 years.
no, not 20, but like 15.
Since you were 9.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, there's definitely, I definitely regret. And here's the thing, because I go back and forth because what I do with the regrets is I rationalize them. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, I regret doing that many drugs at that age and getting arrested all those times and like doing all that stuff. And then I rationalize it and I go, yeah, but like that's how, you know what I mean? Like that's how I got to where I am today. Like I had to like get knocked down to get back up, and like I had, all these experiences, and they led to me understanding myself better, and it led to me getting like help at a young age. So I was like, I'm happier now. But the reality is like I probably shouldn't have been like getting arrested and like running around like a crazy person.
No, I justify. It's funny. I was thinking today when I was writing these things down, I was justifying the same way. I was like, yeah, but I wouldn't have the experiences that I have, and I wouldn't be the person I am. Or
Well, remember,
maybe I didn't care. Maybe I wouldn't even care about my mental health or worked on myself at all if all these things worked out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I fell into the same pattern as the rest of my family or people
100%.
before me.
100%.
So
Well, we were just in the car, and I told you, I was like, dude, I wish I went in the army.
yeah, Bo's Bo's telling us, he's like, yeah, recruiters were talking to me, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
they talk to everybody that looks like me at the 18. And
you're 6'3". You want to hang out? You want this gun?
You want to? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that was like, damn, like it sets you up financially. It's a good experience. It probably would have staved off my alcoholism for a little bit. But what did we say at the end? Like I was like, dude,
you would have.
At 30, like at the age I am now, I would be so much worse than the age you know what I mean? Than if
it would have delayed the.
Yeah, because I'd be still in my addiction probably, or I'd be like just starting to get clean now.
And plus,
there's
a sense of accomplishment there too. If you got out of the army, you'd be like, dude, I deserve a drink, man. Like I could party.
100%,
you know what I did?
dude.
You know what I did for this country?
Dude, yeah.
That'd be you fucking yelling outside where we're at here in Chinatown. So, you know what I did for this country?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I just sat in like a base in North Carolina
Yeah,
for
yeah.
4 years. Yeah.
They were like, you're going to organize the films.
Yeah. So but I regret, I don't know.
What about this one? I think both you and I, saving money.
Yeah, I actually don't regret that at all. I really my
Your
parents
spending habits.
my parents kind of raised me to spend money. Like they're
Right.
they're spenders. They don't
Yeah.
save anything. And I appreciate that in a people. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't really like you're very like save because you grew up with like
Nothing left.
need to save.
Nothing,
Yeah.
Yes, nothing.
Yeah. And I kind of like the idea of like being not going to be able to keep money. Like it's just not going to. So I never regret spending money because I just go, it doesn't really exist. Do you know what I mean? It's just I have it and it's gone. I have it and it's gone. I'll have a lot in my life and I'll have a little in my life at different points.
Yeah.
So I never really like sit in the regret of like what I spent. Like I've never, and there's like one vacation that I can think of where I maybe spent a little bit too much money, and the only reason I regret it is because I spent it on a girl I didn't love, or I was like the relationship was ending and I was like, damn, I balled out for that
Same.
lady, and
did
I
that
didn't
with
want
an
to.
Italy.
You know what I mean?
Italy trip. That was the worst. Looking back, I'm like, I cannot believe I did that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. The worst thing you could
Cannot.
possibly do is go on a vacation with a girl that you know you're probably going to break up with in 6 months.
Yep.
Because you're just balling. You're spending money for no reason, and then you immediately create a resentment in your head because you're like, well, I just spent all this money on her, and then
Sucks,
all this, yeah, and then you're like, oh shit, it's over.
I remember at the end of my trip with this girl, because I explained to her and she said she wanted to go to Italy, and I go, I don't have a lot a money.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, we'll split. We'll just worry about whatever. Like, we'll
Yeah, she
take turns.
created a Google Doc and started sending a Venmo request. Yeah.
She sent me an Excel spreadsheet at the end of our thing of what I owed, and I was like, oh,
It's like,
weird.
so now I owe Chase and Samantha.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I was so mad.
Yeah, yeah.
And what we should be doing is saving our money to go to music festivals with Wolf.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
And that's
No, but
plan.
honestly, I never really regret money. I do regret like some women. Like there's definitely women that I think of that I wish I like treated better. Not because it would have gone
Yeah.
longer or whatever. I just wish I was a better guy
Yeah.
in that relationship.
get
You know what I
that.
mean?
Yep.
Because if I was, then maybe it would have had the opportunity to go farther, and then maybe it could have. So I definitely have like those regrets
Yeah.
with women. Nothing like, I should have tried, I should have like, I think when I was like in high school, there were a bunch of women that I knew I could have probably dated, but I held myself back because of how it would look like socially. Do you know what I mean? So like, you stay in kind of your own lane of who
Right.
you would, normally interact with. And then right when I got out of college, or I got out of like my first year of college, I hit all those girls up. You know what I mean? Because you realize like, oh, like, yeah.
She was so cool. I loved her.
I was like, why didn't I like Stephanie? Like she was super nice.
I got
and then
a million of those.
Yeah. And then they're like, and then they've had experience of college and they're like, I don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah,
You're
they're
a
like,
loser.
you, bro?
Yeah. So
My boyfriend's going to MIT. I don't want to hang out with you.
So I definitely, I don't think I try to set myself up to not regret the things that I'm doing now.
Same.
Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think there's ever a part of me that will regret doing comedy.
No.
If
No.
in
Leave that up to the people who bought tickets.
Nick's comedy stop. What is it?
Lisa said because no one could hear that. Lisa said, Lisa,
Well, they could probably hear her.
maybe they can.
Probably.
All right. Well,
Wolf turned the mic towards her. Turn it back.
no, but I mean, yeah, I don't think I ever really will regret doing comedy. Just, I mean,
Do you think the crowds will regret seeing you?
are you gonna repeat the joke? Is that what we're gonna do?
I'm scared. I just wanted to hop in. It seemed fun. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a team thing. No, I don't. No, I'm with you. In all seriousness, I'm with you as well. I don't think I will either. If it like 10 years from now, like it's not like ruining our lives in
No.
any capacity, right? Like we're not like it's not. If it were a detriment
Yeah.
to our life and like
Well, if I was doing comedy and then like not working a job because I was like, well, I'm just like an artist, man, and like, Like I just need like time during the day to think of my bits.
Fuck that.
Then
by the way.
I would be,
Fuck
and I was
that.
like wrecking my life because we know comedians who just wreck their life in the pursuit of comedy for no reason.
And they like
And
it.
Yeah, and it's like you can still have a job. Like
They like-
you
they think
only
it's-
get booked from like 7 o'clock at night on,
Dude,
Like you
I
have
know.
plenty of time to do a job. Like you should pay for your kids' food. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't.
Hey, take care of them.
Yeah, it's not-
Right?
yeah, it's not like, well, I'm a comedian, so I can't take
like,
care
dude,
of my
are you
children. What are you
nuts?
talking about?
I remember, like, do you remember, like,
Open mics are not more important.
when I
than
first started doing comedy,
baby food.
I was
Yeah.
so confused by, like, that's why I think you and I became close, and like our other buddy Cody is.
Yeah, yeah.
We all had actual jobs.
Yeah.
And there was like, I remember there was one kid, I'm not going to call him
And
out.
they hated us for it. They were like,
They were like, oh, the rich guys.
They
Like, the
make
rich
money. It's like,
guys.
we have
What
a
are you
salary
talk-
job? Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
What do you, I went,
Is it a prerequisite to be homeless?
There
to
was
do
one
comedy?
kid who like there was a guy who was doing comedy who like his mom used to drop him off places and he would take the bus and he was
Yeah.
like 20 something and me and another comic I go,
Hey.
hey, how much is it to get your license? He's like, it's like $60. I go, can I split it? Can I pay for it for you?
Can't
What?
put it
This is
together.
nuts.
Yeah. It's like, or just,
I got a car when I was
focus on something else. Then. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the joke isn't the best thing you should be focusing
Yeah.
on if you can't get to the place. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyways. So we got a
we just
tangent.
we just
no, I
blacked
get
out.
angry when I think about that.
So do I, dude. It's like Jesus, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, if you're just sitting around like, oh, I'm just gonna sit around and think about.
I
jokes all day.
understand. Okay, all right.
About live your life. And then
Here's the
shit
thing.
happens.
Here's the thing, because we're talking about regrets. There is this idea where if you do a job you hate, that you'll regret it in your life. That you'll look back on your life and you go, I regret wasting all my time on that job. But here's the thing. You think about the job, but you don't think about the fact that, you know, you were able to afford a fucking place to live and you were able to, you know, pay for your kids' school, or you were able to, you know, provide a life for somebody, or, you know, like attract a woman because you had a place to stay, well, God forbid. And you know what I mean? So like, you don't think about that shit. You think about, oh, I was 9 to 5 sitting. It's like, yeah, so was everyone. It's a country. We have to work. It's a society.
Dude, I have friends. I know buddies of mine that like, you know, gave up. They had careers previously.
Yeah.
They didn't like those careers. They gave them up for better careers, also careers they liked, but they were like for their families, right?
Yeah.
And their wives and their kids,
Right.
And they straight up said it. Like one of my buddies, we were talking about. He's switched jobs. It's my buddy Anthony. He switched jobs. He got a master's degree to be his guidance counselor.
Yeah.
Was struggling to find a job, but he has this great family business that his family's
Right.
built up, right? He was like, I don't want to go into it. I don't want to go into it. And then he went into it. He's killing it.
Yeah.
He loves it. And I asked him, I go, how do you like it? He goes, it's good. He goes, you know, it's better for me. And then he pointed to his kids and he goes, it's better for them too.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Good.
That's a,
Hey, good.
yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're
Good job.
Responsible person.
Who would have thought
Yeah.
a young Italian man takes care of his kids?
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Take care of your face. All right. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to fix Bo's collar on his shirt because it's stretched out.
Just like your butthole.
And we're going to bring on Lisa Lampanelli, the head clam,
shot.
the head Broadway clam in charge. Yeah.
Right back.
Hello, welcome back to Loser with a Dream podcast.
And I would do anything for love. I'd run it
But I
back.
won't suck dick.
You, that's
Yes,
what I
you
said.
will.
I wonder what Meatloaf meant, by the way. What's the one thing he wouldn't
Anal?
do for love? I thought it was anal. So
Ass
I
eating.
inserted that into my song Friday. And I said, I won't do that. I mean anal. The crowd enjoyed
Did
it.
a 5-minute set.
Yeah, I had 5 minutes. Tight 10. No. I think Meatloaf would not do anal.
I mean,
That's
God rest
that's
his
why he
soul.
died early.
Yeah.
it's hard to think that anyone wanted him to throw it in there.
Doing anal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, let me sleep on it.
All right, so
Dude, I'm good, bro.
listen, regrets. The reason I wanted to do this topic was because
You
I am
regret
sick.
meeting
no,
us.
I know. I'm sick and tired of everybody doing this thing of like, no regrets, no regrets. Regrets are healthy. They're a good thing.
Yeah.
And it teaches us how to be better and act better.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Brene Brown's book
Oh boy.
called Atlas of the Heart.
Go ahead, make a clam joke, Bo.
No.
Or
She's
wait,
so good. And she said about regret, there's a scene did you guys ever see We're the Millers?
Yeah, of course.
And this guy
yeah,
has
the
a tattoo that says no regrets. And Jason Sudeikis
one letter?
goes
Oh,
up there,
sorry.
not even one letter.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
regret nothing, not even one letter. So it just, I hate the no regrets. You know, I hate anything with a slogan. I hate no regrets. I hate positive vibes only. Okay, because you can't be negative ever. You know, it's all bullshit. So I think regret is a positive thing.
Yeah.
But when I went to research regret this week, you type in and literally it fills an end of like why regret's bad, why it's awful, why it's unhealthy. And then I write, why is regret a good thing? And a ton more shit comes out of like, yes, because it helps us carefully go through life with thought.
Right.
So, Bo, you talk about a big regret.
Yeah.
What would you say? You don't regret nicotine because you love it. You would regret nicotine, by the way, if you were on an iron lung right now. You'd probably go, yeah, I kind of regret that I did that. Maybe I should stop.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think regret
You just do the not good.
yeah, the cancer kazoo right in the fucking throat.
Cancer kazoo.
Beep, beep, beep.
Why you turn into Porky Pig?
No, that's what they do. It always comes out
It's like,
funny when they're talking
yeah.
through their whole
Kermit the Frog.
tracheotomy, not
You
hole.
get some good voiceover work.
I could,
Yeah.
I could be the voice. That would be actually a funny cartoon
ever-
idea for Adult Swim, Cancer Kazoo. And I'd be the one who walks around and warns people about, hey, good, have cigarettes. See, now we're on to something.
Yeah.
That's a moneymaker unlike this fucking Patreon. Clip it. Anyway, all right. So I think regrets are fine as long as we just don't stay stuck in the same behavior. So let's take something you're actually regretful of, Bo, that you can honestly say in your life, whether it's some way you acted. Those are, I think, the healthy regrets. When, oh my God, I acted incorrectly.
Yeah, like
opposed to, oh, I didn't follow my dreams. No one cares.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, you should not follow your dream.
No.
Except the one where your plane crashes into a cliff. I think that's a healthy one for you, Bo. So, go ahead. If you think about a way you may have acted, a specific incident, what do you think happened that kind of bubbles up sometimes? Ooh, I regret that.
Yeah, so one that I have sometimes in the shower.
Is looking down at your tiny penis. I regret that joke. I regret that I implied your penis is tiny and you have a girthy
know it
gut.
is.
You're wondering why I'm not happy on the show.
Why you're not what?
Why I'm not with it today.
No, I know.
I'm
We
getting
have
quite
been.
a few.
I
you
do.
ever
You know,
with
I'm
it?
gonna. You go. No, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. I
Do
regret.
better.
I'm sorry. I
No,
do
you don't. That
regret
was
that.
funny. It was-
I regret. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, one that I'll have in the shower is because you have those thoughts in the shower.
100%.
Where you're like, what did I do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's me, and I'm trying to court a lady,
Okay.
and I'm hanging around, and I don't really know how to do it. And I'm at a music festival with like a bunch of my friends, and like these cute girls are hanging out, and she's
Hippies?
like,
Are they hippies?
yeah, and she's like all kind of badass, and I'm like,
Flower power.
and I'm like, I'm on drugs, so I'm like, how do I figure this out? And she had like a bunch of tattoos, and I looked at her and I was like, so where do you think you're gonna get your next tattoo?
I hate you right now.
Mom.
Go ahead.
And then she looked at me and she was like, wait, you mean like on my pussy, you fucking loser? And I was like, oh.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay,
That's a
okay,
funny story.
Okay, wait. How have we not heard this before?
I know.
First of all, second of all, what do you regret about that moment? Because honestly, you didn't. I don't think you did anything wrong, but you have shame about it somehow. Yes.
I just felt very embarrassed because I could see that like clearly I was trying to be flirty and I didn't know how to do it. And then I made him like I said something, and if she was nicer, it could have like gotten an easier reaction. But she was like, "Oh no, I know exactly what you're trying to say." And
Were you trying to say that though? Because I don't
was
think
just
so.
I was just kind of trying to be like, you know what I mean? Just like ask like a fun little flirty question. And then
So you have shame about this. So you have regret. I think the bigger regret, other than, I said the wrong thing and it was a little awkward.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a horrible thing, but we have shame about those little missteps. Wouldn't the bigger regret be like, I tried to flirt with this flaming twat?
Yeah,
because
definitely.
you misplaced your affections onto
Yeah.
someone who didn't deserve it.
She
Does that
doesn't deserve me.
No, but doesn't that make sense to you? Like, that's
Yes,
the
no, that
regrettable
is
part.
true. That is true. 100%.
And that's the part that you go, well, let me offer myself, because I think regret's good, but also to keep it from spiraling into shame, we have to show self-compassion, self-forgiveness, and then finally letting it go and showing us how to be different. So
Yes.
if you applied some self-compassion and then forgiveness, what could you say to yourself or other people who would be like, oh my God, I fucked up and put my affections where they shouldn't go?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say you meant to be nice and kind in that moment, and you weren't trying to be weird or anything.
Right.
And you have nothing to be ashamed about.
Right.
Right. Which is what you say, but when you're in a social situation and you see your friends kind of go, they're like laughing at you,
Right.
and then you're kind of like you internalize, and there's just like this like ball of fear. Like I remember I was in middle school and I was walking, and it was like two groups of friends, right? And we're walking to all kind of converge in the center of the room, and everybody's doing high fives, and I'm like got my hand up,
Right.
and I'm not getting any high fives. So like everybody's high fiving, and I'm like, and I'm just kind of in the back doing like, and no one. And then my buddy looks at me and he points out. He goes, "Look, nobody's giving Bo a high five. What are you even doing? Do you know these guys?" And I was like, "I don't know." You know what I mean? And then you just like,
I know
your
it
insides
twisted
just
it,
start-
but you know what? But so these stories have a thing in common. You're
I'm not doing anything
in the
wrong.
past. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just picking the wrong assholes. Like you're picking this girl who's a clear
Yeah.
fucking twat because that's just mean.
Right.
And we've all been mean, but come on. And then also you're kind of trying to be in with a crowd that isn't worthy.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, what the lesson really is. Oh my God, put my efforts towards worthy people.
Right.
Because look at who you surround yourself now. 90% of your friends are really great.
Yeah.
They are people who are worthy of attention and affection and phone calls
Right.
back, and you help people. So you've kind of learned that. I don't know if it was conscious, but it seems like at least that's how it ended up.
Yeah. I think over time you start to figure out who you'd rather be around. But I think there's a lot of pressure when you're, in that young stage of like friendship and boys and trying to, figure out who's cool and how to be cool and all that. And I think the biggest and most revealing thing for me was around time when I got sober, when I was just like, oh, I'm just going to stop trying to be cool. Because I literally have no equity in the cool market. I'm not cool. And never will be cool.
None whatsoever.
And it's freeing when you get rid of that.
Zero.
Well, I have a magnet on my refrigerator that says, stop trying to be like the cool kids. The cool kids are all assholes. Because honestly, like they're not.
Some of them are pretty cool.
Well, yeah, but they are cool, but
Yeah.
it's almost like none of us is really cool. None of us is really uncool. It's just like the person inside.
Yeah.
As goofy as that is, it's like you see through a lot of bullshitty people now. You could tell who's right when you go to your top secret meetings.
Sure.
You could tell who's a person worthy of help.
Right.
You know, are you a lot better with now, having learned that
Yes.
you aligned yourself with the wrong people, who to target as possible friends or girls?
Yes, 100%. And I think that like I have a lot of social intelligence that I was always, my biggest fear was to not have social intelligence, to be somebody who like says a joke and everybody's like, what was that?
And you're like, is this thing on?
yeah.
Hello?
Like,
Hello?
That was always
No,
my,
is this thing on?
Cancer kazoo.
But really, like bombing, even when I was a kid, was always my biggest fear. Like, like telling a story, and everyone's like, oh, "That's kind of stupid. Why would you tell that story?"
Right.
You know what I mean, like,
sense.
I always wanted to have social capital and be able to like create laughs and friends and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that was always so important to me. So now I think I've gotten to a point where I understand how to do that, and I understand who's worth it to give that capital to.
Right.
And it's just made my life better, but it's just a learning process. When you're a kid, it's hard to.
But it's so hard because I have a lot of regrets. You know, I regret having yelled at certain people or having had a meltdown in front of people. Sense a pattern here. It's like always me acting shitty and loud. And then but the point is to not stay in that shame, to go, well, people who are in grief or in pain are in survival mode, and you're never at your best. So of course I was going to be that guy. So how do I not be that guy now? Which is you go to the shrink and you work on the trauma and you figure it out. So it helps us learn about ourselves, but then we can't continue to shit on ourselves our entire life.
Right.
You know? So now, the biggest regrets, tell me if you guys have any of these, because they say that people on their deathbed, I'm going to have no regrets on my deathbed, by the way. I'm going to shit my pants and stop breathing. And then I'm going to say, and I will do it. Okay, anyway, do you have any of you have regrets around not making amends? That's a big one. Not saying I'm sorry to people that you have possibly hurt.
Yeah, I definitely do. Nick, do you have any?
I got to think, probably.
Yeah.
I think for me, and I wrote this down and I forgot to talk about it earlier, the way I guess how I acted when I first got out of college and had like jobs. Like I feel like I could have acted more mature and worked a little bit harder. And I feel like the way I left maybe wasn't the best way.
Did you explode and walk out?
No, I just think
Just me?
There's one thing that there's
Storm off the stage and
Did
throw
you do
the
the cool
microphone?
thing or no?
Yeah.
Were you a bitch and just
no.
didn't work hard enough?
What happened? One of the things, actually, this wasn't even a job. I never forget this. This was my internship at the University of Missouri over the summer, and they.
All I think about is the pinky ring.
My dad sold his pinky ring so I could fly.
No, not that. I what do you call it? So. You do your internship. Someone from your college who is overlooking all the interns that say all the seniors that year. They fly out or they go to the site and they oversee and whatever. And it was pretty intense environment. It was the strength and conditioning department for this Division I university, which there's money on the line and they're very intense people. And I completely forgot that there was a guy who was coming from Springfield to Missouri. To meet with the guy who was running my internship thing, and he just showed up that day, and I was like, oh, and then I had to go in and tell this guy, like, hey, interrupt this guy's whole fucking day to sit down. And he told me he was coming a week prior, and I just didn't tell him. And I think about that once a month, and it just haunts me.
Yeah, so I think
I just go you ever have like a dream,
But
you
do
wake
think
up,
you owe
go,
that guy?
oh
Yeah.
my God, like I can't believe I did that. I just was so, it was
it
so
might be
embarrassing.
as simple as, I don't think you have to necessarily make amends because this guy's going to be like, who the fuck are you? I have no idea.
No.
I think though it would
Well,
be
did you
good
cause
to do.
harm?
No, I just felt like such an idiot. I was just like, oh my God, you moron.
So you harmed yourself.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you continue to do that if you don't let it go. So I know how hard it is because I beat myself up constantly for several things. And I'm like, am I going to do better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have evidence that I have not yelled at anyone except you guys in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And you guys don't count.
That's true.
I mean, it's
We're not real
horrific.
people.
You're not real people. You're shells of people who will never make it in comedy. No,
Nameless,
but I mean,
faceless.
hey,
not
whenever
gonna
I
make
regret,
it, pieces of
before
garbage.
it turns into a regret now,
Genderless.
I try to call and say I'm sorry first.
Yeah, but
You know
don't
what
you
I mean?
think Nick should call himself and say he's sorry to himself?
He should call himself
he
to
doing
say "I
today?
love you" like Stevie Wonder would day. I know there's not. Anyway, but I noticed too, like a lot of these biggest regrets, like not making amends, sweating the small stuff, words left unsaid. That's huge. I have a lot of those. Worrying too much what other people think. A lot of these things. Not listening to intuition. A lot of these things stem from fear of moving forward. And I think a lot of these regrets can be crossed off my list and others' lists maybe if you just got out of the way of fear. So not telling your family and friends what they mean to you.
Yeah.
There's a huge,
Yeah,
I don't know why there's so much, because there's a huge regret for me that I didn't spend more time with all my nieces and nephews when they were little.
Yeah.
But I did the best I could. I was trying to build something of my own. Do I wish I'd been the person who'd been around all the time? Definitely.
Yeah.
But a lot of that regret is hanging on to me because I fucking don't go and say, hey, man, I really wish I'd spent more time with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I'm going to do better with the great grandkids. I'm going to do better with the people in my life now. So
Yeah.
again, do you think, Bo, as somebody who deals in amends, that it's better to just show up as, hey, I have this regret, but I'm just going to show up differently now?
Yeah, I think that is a healthy way to focus on it, right? I don't think that that's the wrong way in any way. I think it's helpful. For me, with family, though, I was lucky enough that we were young enough that I could really make amends to my brothers and have it mean something. I still don't think that those amends will take the way that I wanted them to. Like, I still think there's just too much damage that I've caused for our relationships to ever be as good as I would have hoped like a brother relationship would be.
Sure.
Which is sad, but at the same time, it's like it's as good as it could be after that date.
Right.
You know
so,
what I mean?
so after breaking into your parents' house, which we've discussed last week, this is the best it's going to be for now.
Yeah. Like, and if I continue, then it can only get better. Like, it can't get worse unless I decide to do something out of character, right? But for the most part, if I continue to live the way I am, then I will improve the relationships in my life.
Right. And I think they only remember that because I remember, like, a lot of people are able to let go of how shitty we treated them before, and they kind of remember you from age whatever on.
Right.
So I think your good works now that other stuff will fade. They're like, that guy was a little messy before, but he's all right now.
Right. And I mean, for my parents, it seems like it's totally faded, which is really amazing because I always thought, like, man, that's going to take forever. But they're such loving and like forgiving people.
Codependent.
And very
denial.
codependent and need. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. They very much like need
Weird
me to be
Christian
the top
Republicans.
dog. So, but with my brothers, I don't know that it'll ever be where I want it to be, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, it's forgiving ourselves. So people, listen, if you have regrets, perfectly healthy. Just don't fucking sit and steep yourself in it like so much bad tea. What you should do instead is forgive yourself, move forward, acknowledge how you should be better, and fucking then get a tattoo that says no red girts.
No regret.
Oh, steep, motherfucker.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but he's trying to be black again. Brings us full circle.
It's a song that everybody knows.
Everybody, I'm just too
He's
old.
Italian. He's half black.
Everyone.
We all are, where it counts. All right, well, we may be back. I don't regret doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I regret.
I do. No.
I don't regret doing this topic because if people could just figure out they shouldn't beat themselves up so much, they can go fuck themselves. I helped. I tried. I did my best.
Get what you get.
But I guess my best wasn't
all your
good
fault.
enough. But here we are back where we What, you know that song?
No.
You would have gotten to like the third verse, like, you know the song.
All right, so listen, we may be back next week. We might.
We might.
We might not.
You never know.
And either way,
Either
no
way,
regrets.
Screw you.
Because neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. I love us.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot it. It's okay.
Hey, thanks for listening to Losers with a Dream. We'll see you next week when you got more time to kill. Fucking hate these guys.